If you're at home during science class and you're not going to be at school for the next little while, then what you should start working on is your motion design lab. The rest of the class will be starting this soon, and you can start it a bit early to give you some extra time. This is a really cool activity. One of my favorites of the year is you're going to be designing a lab about pretty much anything that moves. If you have a toy car at home, or you have a ramp or some Hot Wheel cars, or a ball, basically a ball bounces. A remote control car, you drive it around. Whatever the case is, you are going to have an independent variable, the thing that changes. And so, let's say for a ball, you might change how high you drop the ball from. And now you might think, what are some dependent variables? One thing that I can measure is maybe time. But one thing you'll quickly find out is it's too fast. So time doesn't work. So now you got to change your idea. Maybe you make parachutes and they fall slower. Or maybe you change your dependent variable. Instead of measuring time, maybe you measure bounce height. I don't know. But regardless, independent variable, the thing that you change on purpose. The dependent variable, the thing that you're going to measure based on the independent variable. And the controlled variable are things that you keep the same on purpose to make the experiment fair. You can do an hypothesis. Note, you do not need deep scientific research. This part of the lab is not graded, but we do want you to do it. Then you need to sketch what you think the graph will be. You're going to edit this because you need to edit and not have the words independent, dependent. You need to put your actual variables there. Let me just add that now. Put your variable here. And there. See how it goes. Equipment and materials list. Diagram. You draw a little diagram. Write a method. And then you're going to be doing a table. And you'll be having a full, complete table. But you're only going to collect data at first, because you're going to submit this for your maximum minimum values. I'll tell you what I mean. We have this beautiful lab guide that you should be using. It's got all the parts. Tells you what things look like. Let's make this a little bigger. Okay, let's go down to the table. So you're gonna have a full table. I want to go down to see a full table. First with the lab guide, then we have a full example lab. So in this full example lab, here we have a table. The key thing is we have 8 measurements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, you're going to be submitting your plan, and in your plan, you're also going to include the data for only your minimum value, whatever your smallest value is, with 3 trials and an average, and your maximum value with 3 trials and an average. You're going to be submitting this. You're actually going to be then completing the lab later and collecting all the data and making a graph, but that will not be assessed for criteria B. Okay? So for criteria B, which is the planning bit, you need to also make a table with your minimum value and your maximum value. And again, please use this lovely lab guide. If you have any questions, please ask your teacher. I hope this helps.